Now, what can firms do to make use of YED in their decision making? Can you think of what do you think a firm should do during economic boom, and what do you think a firm should do during an economic recession? Now, we should try to think of when income changes, what are the strategies to adopt? And so let's run through a few examples. I'm sure you heard of OSIM, right? OSIM is a producer of luxury goods. Mainly, they produce luxury massage chairs that cost the cheapest model, if I'm not wrong, is about $2,000, and the most expensive model is somewhere around $7,000. Now, what would you do if you were the owner of OSIM and incomes were rising? Now we know that when incomes are rising, demand for luxury goods where YED is more than one will increase more than proportionately. And you were already producing luxury goods. Now how do you make more money? So the answer is that you should produce luxury goods that have an even larger YED value. Means you can produce even more luxurious versions of your good, right? So and that's exactly what OSIM has been doing over the years. They're producing more and more luxurious versions of their massage chairs, with the latest massage chairs costing in excess of $6,000, which is pretty expensive. Now, but what would you do in times where economic recession? Now, if you apply a YED concept, you know that demand for inferior goods will increase, right? When your incomes go down, demand for inferior goods will increase when incomes go down. But if you're OSIM, can you produce inferior goods when incomes are going down? No, right? Because that will affect your reputation, your brand equity. So you don't want to do things that will harm your brand reputation. So I doubt OSIM will produce goods that are inferior goods during times of recession. So what I would suggest, if I was the owner of OSIM, to do, or if I was a friend of the owner of OSIM, I would suggest that they will produce goods that are less income elastic, means they're more income inelastic. So if you know that they have like this eye massager, well, actually, in fact, I have one right here, so you can see I have this eye massager here, right? So this eye massager, I think I got it for my wife as a Christmas present. The price is not that crazy. It's about, I think, $150 or $100 or something around the price range of that, which is a lot more manageable than the $6,000 massage chair, right? Now, so when incomes are going down, then demand for luxury goods will fall more than proportionately. But demand for goods that are income inelastic will fall by force less than proportionally. So your sales are hurt less when there is an economic recession. And same goes now, if you were a senior executive of Apple, what will you do when incomes are rising, and what will you do when there's an economic recession? Now, if you think back about Apple strategies, then you will realize that Apple has been creating more and more luxurious variants, with the latest iPhone XS Max, if I'm not wrong, costing, or is it iPhone XS Plus? I'm not too sure what the names nowadays, but the highest range model of the iPhone costs now in excess of 2,000 Sing dollars, which is very expensive, right? Now that is like a super duper luxury good today. So when incomes are rising, demand for luxury goods increase more than proportionately. So you will produce goods like that. And you know that Apple watches, right? They have straps. They have different kind of straps, right? So these Apple Watch straps, right? You have like tie-ups with luxury brands like Hermes, and this these luxury watch straps, the demand will be very income elastic, so demand will increase more than proportionately. That is probably one of the key reasons why where Apple came out with this watch series, with replaceable straps that they can change to more luxurious variants at any point in time. And if in times that there's economic recession like OSIM, I doubt Apple will create goods that are more of inferior goods. But in a bid to attract perhaps the Chinese market, they did at a point in time create a good that was more income inelastic in nature. That was the iPhone 5C. It was the one that came with many colors and was slightly cheaper. Right, so these are examples of how firms like OSIM and Apple can make use of YED concept to make their decision to help their decision making.